Welcome back to part 3 of our practical session on the foundation of business intelligence, databases, and information management. All right, so we are still going to continue the creation of our students' performance management database. We've created 3 tables so far: student profile table, the courses table, the exam table. We are now going to the last table, which is the performance table. All right, so let's jump to our Access. I'm going to open Microsoft Access, and then we go to locate our database STDB, and we have our what? Our database objects or tables. That is student profile, exam, and courses. All right, so let's get to the create tab, and we can what create our performance table. So I've used the table design, and it took us straight to the design view. So for the performance table, we are looking at the student ID, the course code, then the IA scores, and so on. So let's start with the student ID. Okay. You may not create the space, or you can create it. Yeah, so our student ID, this particular field, we are going to look it up from the student profile table, because we have it already. We should reuse what we have and not to be what inputting student IDs in every table. All right, so let's go to the lookup wizard, and then we'll leave the first option because we want to look it up from another table. All right, so let's move, and then we'll select the particular table the student ID is in, and that is the student profile table. All right, so let's hit next, and then we select the student ID. Yeah, just that field. Okay, so that is selected. Hit next, and then next. Yeah, and these are the IDs we have already, so we'll hit next, and then you may enable data integrity, but for a start, let's leave it. All right, so we must save the table to what, establish the relationship created. So let's hit yes. All right, and the name of the table is going to be what? Performance, or student performance. Yeah, I think student performance is more descriptive. So let's say student performance. All right, so yeah, we've not indicated our primary key. I think we hit yes, and they've created a primary key for us. But I'm going to what relocate the primary key to the student ID. So let's say primary key. Yeah, but you could just create a performance what ID or whatever. But um, I don't want to do that. I'll just place the primary key here, and even the ID field, I don't need that, so I'll delete it. Yeah, so the reason why it happened this way is that in relational databases, every record should be what uniquely what identified, and to do that you need primary keys to do that. So when we're trying to create our table, they needed to we were looking up a table, yeah, the student ID from what the student profile table, and because of that, it means there was a relationship we are, or there is a relationship we are establishing between what the performance table and then the student profile table that we are trying to take the student ID from. Yeah, and to establish that relationship, our table has to meet the requirements of relational database, and that is it should have a primary key. And to create a primary key, we didn't create any primary key as of then. So the system automatically created what the primary key as ID. That's why the ID field was added, and I decided to delete it. Okay, so that was why it happened. All right, now we have our student ID. The next field, yeah, so I think I should provide a caption, okay? I keep on forgetting my caption, so student ID. Yeah, but it's not big deal. You can always come to the captions later. You could even create all the fields and decide to do the captions afterwards. All right, then the next one we want to add is a course code. So I'm going to give space like I did in the other one. And then we are going to look up the course code as well. So we go straight to our lookup wizard, and then we leave the first option check, and then the course code is found in the courses table. So you make sure the courses table is selected, hit next, and then we select the course code by moving it to the other side. All right, so let's hit next, next, and then we can hit next and then finish. All right, they are asking us to save what the table, yeah, because we are creating a relationship. So let's hit yes, and then that is saved. Okay, so after the course code, I think the next thing will be the IA score, final exam score, and so on. So let's come with the IA. That is the interim assessment. Okay, so I'll put IA here, and then the IA score. So we can add score, yeah, IA score, and then the IA score should be a number. Okay, so scores are numbers. Then we'll have what our final exam score. Yeah, so I think even before we get to the final exam score, the IA score, we should what provide a description here. Somebody might not know the meaning of IA, so yeah, we just say interim assessment score, and then the caption we are going to say IA score. Well, the name IE is local to UPAC, so we need to provide that clarity. All right, so the final exam score is the next field we should consider, right? And the text, we'll change it to number. Okay, so this is descriptive. We only have to provide the caption here, which is what final exam score. So that is our caption. All right. So the next thing we'll yeah, create will be the total score. And that should be computed because we already have what our IA score and final exam score. And to compute it, you have to make sure you save before you do that. So to do that, I'll have to what make sure I delete the total score, save it before I start creating the total score. You need to save before you start creating the total score. So let's save it. If you don't save it, you have to use an expression builder. If you don't save it, you wouldn't find the IA score and the final exam score in the expression builder. So it is saved now, and then we can what continue. Okay. So once we've saved it, we can now, yeah, create our total score, which we will compute. I'm already suspecting something. You know, at times, because you use it in expressions, yeah, that is why it's not advisable to provide the spaces. My suspicion is that, I mean, we may face challenges there, but let's give it a try and see. It's also possible we could go through with it. So let's get to calculated. So we want to compute the total score, and then you can see that in the expression builder, expression categories are here. We have what the full names here, so the IA score and the final exam score are provided here. So if we are to build an expression for that, we'll be using these two here. All right, so the expression is that yeah, the total score should be equal to yeah, IA score. So you have to double click to select it. IA score plus the final exam score. So you double click here. All right, so let's hit OK, and then yeah, that is cool. Yeah, and the result type you may want to modify that. Let's look at the result type we have. Yeah, so I think we can go for integer. Yeah, and if you want to have decimals, you can go for double. Yeah, so that is when you have decimals. Yeah, so if you want to have decimals, maybe somebody can get um, 90.5 or something point something. So in that case, you want to have what the decimals, or you can use double as well. So okay, let's leave it at integer for now, and then the formats. All right, let's look at the formats. Okay, yeah, general number format is okay. All right, let me also provide a caption. The caption is what? Total score, and we are done with the total score. So the next thing we want to create will be the grade. Okay, so to create the grade, we should save it before. Yeah, say that the total score can what appear in the expression builder. Well, we are now going to use the total score to what to compute the grade. So let's go for grade, and then we calculate the grade. All right, so now we have the total score in the expression builder. So here we are going to use an if statement, okay, and what we call the nested if statement. So that is what if statement within if statements. Yeah, so we are going to have so many if statements within if statements. So let's start with the first one. Yeah, if yeah, so once you type in the first letter, it's going to give you the expression options here. We are looking for what if. Okay, so that is IIF. So once you see that, that is your if statement. So I'm going to hit the tab key, and then it opens the expression builder for us. So we are going to say if the total score is greater than, yeah, so if it is greater than 69, then the system should output what? So you should put commas. If you look at the format provided, yeah, so what we did is what we call the expression. Then the next thing you want to provide is the true part. So the true part, it means what should be returned, or what should be displayed if this condition or this expression is true. So what we want to be displayed should be in double quote, that is A, grade A. All right, then we'll bring a comma. And if this is not true? It means if the total score is not greater than what? 69. So we want to do another test. So if that is not true, then we want to what? Do another test, perform another if. So you bring your second if here, and then you bring the expression again. So the expression is what? Total score greater than, this time we are going to say 59. Then if this is true, then it should what? Return grade B. or it should output grade B. All right, so then we'll put a comma and we'll bring the false part. So the false part is when this condition is not met. So it means we want to perform another test. So I'll bring another if, and then we'll bring in the expression once more. That is total score greater than. This time we want to test for 49, and then if that is met, so you should bring the comma, okay, and then if that is met, you should bring what, grade C. Yeah, but if that is not met, then let's test when it is what, greater than, it is less than 49 but greater than 39. So let's test that as well. So I'll bring another if, and then we'll bring the expression. So total score greater than 39. All right, so let's put a comma and then put a grade that should be returned. That is grade D. All right. And what if that is not true? So if that is not true, beyond grade D, we don't want to perform any further test. So if the student is unable to score beyond 39, the student should be given F. So put F here as the false part. Yeah, so the moment you don't need to perform any further test, you bring the last option, that is F. So yeah, we are mostly done with the expression, but you can see that we have opened a lot of brackets in building this expression. It means we have to close all the brackets we open to make it complete. So I'm going to close. This is the first bracket, second, third, fourth. So you can see after entering the fourth bracket, even the expression, yeah, it leaves the scene. Okay, so let's get back. You see the expression is back. So the easiest trick is to once you are done with your formula, keep adding brackets at the end till the expression disappears. Okay, so you can see that the expression is there, and then once we close the expression, yeah, so once you close it, it moves from one bracket to the other till the last one, and then it disappears. It means the expression is complete, and then we can hit OK. Alright, so now our grade is computed. Let's put the last thing there, that is the remark. So we'll have the remark here. So we want to have some remarks. Yeah. So with the remarks, we are going to compute the remarks as well. Yeah, so we want to give a remark, perhaps well done, excellent, good job, receipts, or can do better, or better luck next time. We can put a lot of remark options here. I'm going to go for 2 remarks. So let's go to calculate it, and yeah, so your remark, you can use your total score for your remark, or you can use the grade for the remark. Yeah, but once we've not saved it, the grade is not here yet. Yeah, so I can use the total score for the remark. So to do that, we'll bring another if statement here, and then we'll say if the total score is greater than, if the total score is greater than, let's say, is greater than, so perhaps, yeah, we can say once it is 60 and above. So if it's greater than 59, that means that it's 60 and above. So if it's greater than 59, then we should say that yeah, good job, or excellent, or perhaps well done, or something like that. So we are just giving a remark, well done. So you put well done in double quotes. And if that is not true, um, you may want to say can do better, uh, or you can still perform another test, another if test. Yeah, but I think we can just say can do better, or even reset. Yeah, so let's say reset. So the reset should be what's in double quotes. So it means the student should reset the paper. They should retake it. All right, so we are going to close all the brackets. So this time it's only one bracket, and the moment we close it, the expression goes. You see, so the expression marks. Yeah. So once we close it, yeah, the expression marks goes away. So this is the remark. I'm going to hit OK, and then we are done with our performance table. So I can save this, get back to the datasheet view. So let's pick the first student here. We don't have to enter the student IDs because we've inputted them in the student profile table. So we just pick them from that table. So the course code, what course are we talking of? MIS. So I'll pick the course code. The IE score, let's say the student scored 25 for IA, which is over 40. And then the final exam, they had 40 over 60. The total score is going to be 65. It is B, and then the remark is well done. So let's go for the second student. Okay, so the course, let's say the same course, MIS. The IE, let's say 35. The final exam, 50, and 85A, and it's well done. So we can go for the third student, that is provided here, and the course code is MIS. So we'll pick it from here. The IA score, okay, so this student, yeah, we're going to give the student an F, yeah, so that we can have all the scenarios there. So let's say the student scored 10 in the IA and probably 20 in the final exam. Yeah, so that is going to be total score will be 30, and that student gets F. So the student should reset the paper. So this is it. So you can try it out, and then um, I'll be seeing you in the next video. That will be the fourth video, and in that video we'll go to look at forms so that we can create interfaces, and the database users wouldn't have to interact with the back end of your database. Yeah, this should be reserved for the database administrators. All right, so I'm going to save this, and then see you in our next video. Bye.